The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums,
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a good one for you all tonight. In about 10 minutes, the new head coach of the McNeese State Cowgirls basketball team, Coach Ayla Guzzardo, will be joining us right here to talk about accepting her new job and leaving Southeastern Louisiana, which she did a fabulous job at. And then 8 o'clock, the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year and two-time state champion at Archbishop Hannan, Drew Timmons, will be joining us. Of course, I got my guys with me. We got VK Jones. What's up, VK?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Like, tag, share, subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on all social media platforms, and log on to thehashitoutshow.com if that's correct, Jared. Thehashitoutshow.com. Log in to catch all our content, all our good stuff. But we definitely appreciate all the support and everything, and we have a great show tonight.
What's up, GP? We got George Peppers, y'all.
What's up, JB? And got rid of the scruffleness. So looking better, trying to look like y'all, better than y'all, but it is what it is. But no, it's another great show tonight. And as echoing VK, like, tag, and share, and get on the Hash It Out Show website. Lots of great content. I have something for you guys though off air in reference to next season. Something that came across my attention span today that I need to address with y'all too, and this will be post show. But I'm with y'all till 8 o'clock. I have another matter at 8 that I got to attend to.
We know, man. We know you. We
Okay,
got you. We got you.
we feel that, but
Yeah, we
you
got you.
know. So we're gonna fill these 10 minutes before we get Coach Guzzardo on, and I think that's gonna be an interesting interview to segue in. The job she did at Southeastern, guys, she did an amazing job there. Now, McNeese, the undertaking, 10-21 this year, 2 years in a row have missed the conference tournament. I think it's a safe play to say McNeese will be back in the conference tournament and be on the relevant side of the conference next year.
Well, if not next year, definitely the year after that. She'll she'll
Well,
she'll get that program up and running. But let's get going. Let's get going.
absolutely.
Let's
Hmm.
get going. All right, so we got a couple minutes. I want to talk about something. As the Lakers are playing right now, the Pacers on TV.
Hmm.
This whole LeBron Stephen A. thing, man, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy about a minute. You
What's
know,
going on with that?
I don't know where you've been, George. I mean, I don't know how you missed all of this that has happened between these two, but let me refresh people's memory and get you caught up. So, Stephen A. Smith was on the show one day, first take that he does every day,
Hmm.
and he came out and said, LeBron, I'm pleading you as a father to stop pushing Bronny out like this and that. That's basically what he said, like he's saying he's a father of two girls, and he said, I'm pleading as a father to stop pushing Bronny out like you're doing, because LeBron helped get Bronny in the league and all that stuff. So said all that at a Lakers game about 2 weeks ago now, In the middle of the third quarter, LeBron got up, walked up to Stephen A. Smith and said,
I saw that.
pretty much, keep my son's name out your effing mouth. That's my effing son. Stop talking about my son.
So some
So
Will
Stephen A.
Smith stuff.
So Stephen A. Talked about it the next morning. Said that was a parent that came to me. Da da da. But then when Stephen A. Smith heard a conversation between LeBron and Stephen and Richard Jefferson, and LeBron told Richard Jefferson when he said, "I'll come to you as a father." Da 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 da. Stephen A. said, "Well, so it's not about Bron. It's about you." Well, today on the Pat McAfee show, LeBron was in studio because they're playing in Indiana, and that's where the Pat McAfee show was shown from.
Mhm.
And LeBron was on there and said, "This mother effer got on TV talking about, you know, I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, but when the video went viral, I decided to say something. Mother effer, you always want to talk about something. You just couldn't wait to talk about it." So he said that today on the Stephen A. Smith show that you catch on YouTube. Stephen A. Smith said LeBron's a liar, and I don't know why he keeps lying. This is getting out of control, and I don't like to see it. I want to see these two brothers squash it, reconcile, or just say we stop right here and let it be. I don't want to see these two brothers beefing like this. I don't like it. I understand LeBron want to speak up for his son. I get it. I also get that your son is 19 years old. If you think he was talking about your son or this and that. But apparently that's maybe not the case because Stephen A thinks it's not about that. I just want it all to stop. I want it all to stop. I want them to some kind of way come together. You ain't got to speak for the rest of your lives, but I wish the bickering back and forth between two brothers can just stop right there, VK.
And I think it should have been stopped because of the fact of the matter is Stephen A decided to go on a freaking whirlwind tour on his podcast to talk about what happened
He did
instead
do
of
that.
just
You're
letting
right.
it go.
He did.
So plain and simple, yeah, I don't like it either. But that's all on Stephen A. Because if all this is squashed, he'd have said what he said on first take and be done. And then the people of the podcast asking to come on, he'd have been like, "Nah, I kind of decline. If I come on, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it." And if he would have said that, not talk about the whole thing at all, might have talked about 2 minutes, but that's it. That's all. But he kept going, and he went to what 3, 4 different podcasts. Went on a dang on world tour, like Taylor Swift or something, bro.
That's what
Like
LeBron said. He's like on this Taylor Swift world tour.
I think
LeBron said that.
I think what Brian said is right. Stephen A, he's an attention getter and he loves attention. And he kind of took that and ran with the dang on thing. So I don't like it either, plain and simple. Like, I don't like this whole beef. I get what LeBron did. I get it, you know. But on the other side of things and everything else, I'm not gonna knock him as a dad to do what he did because any other dad would do it. But at
Correct.
the same time, some other people that didn't have the power or privilege to put their children in that position, they are upset at LeBron. And I can get that because it's almost like
But if they were a dad too in that position, they would have done the same
what
thing.
what they would. Not saying they're not. I'm saying that the people did not have that position. And they feel like
I wasn't
I
mad at
had
LeBron.
I'm not mad at LeBron either. I'm just saying about the other people, and I get it because there are some parents worked hard and get stuff out of the mud for their kids. And it's just the fact of the matter is when somebody has kind of privilege like that, it kind of pisses people off
Yeah,
because it's
but
like,
ain't that like hating though? Because I'm like,
no, it's not
yeah,
really,
that's kind of like
you know,
hating. I
no,
understand LeBron's a millionaire and he can make things happen. I get it. But as a parent, if you could do the same thing, you would, wouldn't you?
I, I
We
would, but
talked to certain people, Coach Everett Bates. He said, I get it. If I was in that position, I would do the same thing.
exactly. But it's almost like and I hate to put it in this kind of terms. It's like when sometimes certain quote unquote athletes get some of the jobs that some of sports journalists could have, and we talking about people that been in the business a long time. Even in situations like another person who's in the business who's been grinding and grinding from the mailroom to where he need to be. But then all of a sudden, oh, the Sun president, oh, he's gonna get it. Oh, he applied for the same job, and all of a sudden, oh, the Sun president gets it. How that would feel for somebody. That'll make somebody really pissed because it's almost like I worked through this business that long to get from the mailroom to where I'm close to. But the Sun president get it then instead of me and who barely got any experience. I'm saying that because I've been on that side of the road too.
Look,
If
let me
I'm
get
if I'm
George in. We
you
got
know,
2 minutes. Let me get
go ahead.
George's opinion on it.
Now knowing what I know, Stephen A. Smith, how many years has he been doing this, y'all?
A long
A
time.
long time, right?
Yeah.
Can we go on a time warp here and go back to when he was railing on Kwame Brown and people told him chill out? And people told, hold on, let me since
Go ahead.
this is it.
Make it quick. Make it quick. Make it
Because there's
quick. Make
about
it
to be a
quick.
little bit of it's about to be a mini rant.
Make it go. Make it quick. Go. 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 Go.
It's not VK mini rant, but it's almost there. First of all, Stephen A. Smith is a blowhard. All right, he does this every blanking day. He gets attention. Now you're poking the beast, LeBron James. LeBron ain't Kwame. Kwame was pure nut was an average player, if that, as a player. But for him to say that stuff about LeBron and his kid, I get the notation of it. I do. But dude, let it slide, bud. Let that stuff slide. LeBron, that's on you too, bro. LeBron, let it go. Say, look, Stephen A, let's hash it out. Let's meet up and hash it out. Now he's talking about this Taylor Swift nonsense. And look, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift. I don't hate her. I don't begrudge her. But LeBron James, and you know what the LeBron haters are? This is fuel for the LeBron haters, the ones that are Jordan apologists. You see what I told you about LeBron? He's a punk. He's this and this and this. Look at that.
No.
He's an egotist. That's what they're going to say. It's not about that. It's about him being a parent. And his son, lest we forget, for all of the ones that are talking noise about Bronny, the man had a heart condition in his 1 year at USC. And it
Yes.
took him 15 games to play a game.
Yep.
And what happened? He had to catch up. He's 1 year off of it. He's sure looking like he is now because he got 39 points a few days ago for the G League team. I think it's called the Great Bay Lakers, I want to say. I think, but he dropped 39. It's like Bronny is not going to be better than his dad. We don't know that. He's only 19. Y'all said it. He's 19 years old. Let him be. But for Stephen A, he's done this for years, since we were all adolescent teenagers. That's how long he's been doing this. He was doing it as a journalist in Philly. He's doing it on ESPN for X amount of years. I don't know how many years he's been there, but he's been there a long, long time. Y'all, all these two got to do, LeBron, take this nonsense out of the public eye. And I almost slipped, my bad. Take this out the public eye, talk it out, and be done with it. Let's talk it out like two grown men. I ain't talking about no back wall with no windows where last man out is the one standing. Not that. Let's talk it out and air out whatever differences or grievances they may have. I get both sides' points, but I'll lean to LeBron because Stephen A should know as a journalist when to dial that down. And he didn't.
All right. Well, we're done now with the LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith stuff,
Thank
and we're gonna
God.
move on. We're gonna move on. Our first guest for tonight, she did an amazing job as the head coach of Southeastern Louisiana. But now she's going west on I-10 as the new head coach of the McNeese State. Kyle girls, we have the one, the only, our good friend, Coach Ayla Guzzardo. Coach Guzzardo, what's going on? How you doing? Can you hear me, Coach?
Oh, nothing. I'm just, changing my lineup to go. Can you hear me?
Uh, yes, we hear you.
Yes.
We hear you, Coach. Yes, we hear you. Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes. Um, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we
We
got
hear
you.
you. Yes, we hear you loud and clear. Let's get into it,
Good.
Coach Guzzardo. We saw you at the March Madness tournament at Southeastern. We talked to you. And you showed us some of the players that you had coming in, and then all of a sudden, I'm scrolling on Twitter recently, and bam, Coach Guzzardo is the new head coach at McNeese. And I started clapping. I was in my car. I started clapping Reason why? I have family in Lake Charles, so this is perfect. But anyway, I have to ask you this. After being in southeastern Louisiana, aka Hammond, USA, Hammond, America, for over 8 years, how hard was it of a decision to decide to leave?
Can I hear y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We
Oh,
hear you.
yeah.
I don't know if
So
she
I'm gonna
hears
be
or not.
honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a change. I was a little nervous, a little scared, but at the same time, it's a professional move. If you know anything about what's going on with women's basketball right now, we are on an uphill. We are on a rise. You know, for I got to get on that wave. My players need to get on that wave. I felt like McNeese was the right move because of what they put into basketball. What they put into women's basketball, especially. You know, the fan base is great, but I had a great fan base at Southeastern. So I don't want to try to compare fan bases, but the facilities, the resources, you know, you start talking NIL, it's money. It changes the things around a little bit. So with that, it was a no-brainer move. You know, I was hoping that I can kind of take some of my players with me. So that makes it a little bit sweeter, especially with the portal. But it was a no-brainer move. It's something that I had to do. Been here 8 years, but at the same time, we were successful for 8 years. You know, and I'm thankful for everything that Southeastern gave me. But I'm ready to start something new, and I think my players and my staff might be also.
You talk about successful for 8 years. You got some conference tournament championships, regular season conference championships. Got to the NCAA tournament a couple years ago. Now at McNeese, since you just got there, what's the first order of business that you have to do?
So portal opened a few days ago. My first order of business is a staff and a team. I will be honest with you. I've got 7 players left on McNeese's team. I'm going to meet with. We're going to talk about if this is a good fit, if they want to enter the portal, stuff like that. You know, it is what it is these days. I know if my entire team from Southeastern wants to come, I was valuable with them first. You know, I made a commitment. I understand that. My recruits that I had already committed, everything is the same. But, you know, I look at if everybody comes and I got all the McNeese players and I've got like 21 kids on my team, right? I don't have 21 scholarships. So it's going to come down
Right.
to positioning and where everybody really fits during that.
You speak of the transfer portal, and you mentioned some kids from Southeastern and may come, and some kids from McNeese may enter it. But will you also be looking outside of that as other potential players from other universities that may be trying to come into McNeese?
Of course. We always, I mean, right now, the only thing that's really available for us is we need, you know, certain different types of positions. So our recruiting is very strategic. You know, there's still junior college, still high school kids. There's still people that would fit our system that maybe we lost out on. You know, there's a kid that, you know, we were recruiting hard and we really wanted her. Now she's opening her recruiting. So it's portal, but I'm gonna say it's high school portal because it's all the same. Trying to get an opportunity, and we're blessed with 15 give those kids opportunities, and we're gonna keep trying to be successful with that.
George Peppers, your turn, my friend.
Coach Guzzardo, first off, thank you for taking the time for joining us, and congratulations on the new job at McNeese. Been a fan of your work at Southeastern. Think you do tremendous at McNeese. I do. You brought up the portal, and something that just popped in my head that the portal just opened up. We're in the middle of the NCAA tournament. If you had a team in the tournament, would you want the portal to be open right now, or would you want to wait till after the tournament is over to have this portal open? Because I feel like it's a distraction that's really unnecessary. What are your thoughts on that?
It is. I'm a little biased. I would hope that I would be deep into the tournament. So I truly believe that you got to wait, take those. You look at a kid playing in the tournament right now. If they're not happy and they feel like they need to get in the portal real quick, it's a distraction to that team that's playing. I think that the NCAA can wait a little bit, but coaching changes that are happening right now. If the portal waits up a little bit, and I don't have a whole roster, I'm in full out to get kids into school, transcripts, different things like that. But me personally, I think that they should wait until after the season's over, complete after the Final Four, and then open the portal up.
When McNeese, I don't. How did this whole situation come with McNeese? I mean, you guys just finished up. You lost in the conference championship, got to the WBIT. See, I'm getting confused with all these postseason tournaments a little bit. Lost to Colorado. Not a great effort that night. But when did McNeese approach you, or did you approach them? How did that situation play out?
Yeah. Best thing that happened was I was playing the conference tournament at McNeese. That was ideal for me. AD Heath Stroyer messaged me, reached out to my agent, because nowadays you don't have an agent, you're going to get, the low end of the stick. But, he reached out to my agent and asked me if I was interested. And at that time, I'm focusing on my team, but at the same time, I got to make sure that I understand this is an opportunity that I could, grow in professionally and personally. So I definitely told him I was interested. We've talked on the phone a few times back and forth after the conference tournament. Everything was great between the conference tournament and WBIT. We talked, we communicated, our visions align. What he wants to do and what I want to do are the same. I did sign a 5-year contract, and that's exciting to me. But at the end of the day, he wants me to come in and win. He wants me to win now. Yeah. He wants me to be successful. He wants me to change that program, and that's my goal. I'm not coming there to just stick around for 5 years and just be mediocre. I want to come in immediately and take us from 10 wins to 20 wins.
That works. I mean, that team has not made the conference tournament the last 2 years. The undertaking will be different. And you say you only have 7 players at the moment. I'm pretty sure you'll have a full head. You'll be on a full head of steam come fall. I think your record speaks for itself. What did you tell your kids and the group at Southeastern when you decided to take the McNeese job? How was the departure with Southeastern as you headed out to Lake Charles?
Yeah, if you know anything about Southeastern women's basketball and we're family first. At the end of the day, we are family first. It could come down to, hey, my practice, go. Family comes first, and that's how we run our program. So it was, back in Hammond after the WBIT on the bus, and I had to tell him I was going to go talk to my AD that day, but I had to let him know, I'm not going to be here next year. I understand that this is hard. I let him know where I was going, prize faces, and then I had a lot of tears. It was a lot of emotional feelings before everybody. I had a freshman that I truly love that felt everything. I had seniors that couldn't believe it. Trying to figure out, am I alumni there? Am I alumni? What's going on? It was just a lot of emotions. My staff knew what was going on. The support staff was kind of like out a little bit. So trainers, SIDs, it hit everybody. And I know y'all know I've been stressed. I had to make a big decision for everybody. If you're interested in entering the portal, you can. You don't have to, but you can. I gave them that option. A bunch of them jumped in, but we'll see where we land in the next few weeks and what our team's going to look like, what Southeastern team's going to look like in the next few weeks. But it was a tough feeling with the players.
Before I ask you my last question, Southeastern did fill the vacancy. They hired Jeff Dow as the new head coach today. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but Jeff Dow is the new head coach at Southeastern. Coach, my last question to you before I turn it over to BK. Let's go nationally. The tournament is in progress. We're into the Sweet 16. We talk about the growing the growing popularity of women's basketball. Had a really horrible incident the other tonight with Juju getting hurt, Juju Watkins getting hurt in their second round game against Mississippi State. We talked about it. How much do you think it changes the landscape of the tournament? And I mean, there's still star power, Paige Beckers and Lauren Betts and that, but the loss on Juju is a very impactful loss. Would you agree?
Definitely. You got a star like that. It takes a blow. It takes a blow to the sport. It just is what it is. People buy tickets because of players. They don't buy it for coaches. They don't buy it just, they want to see those stars. That injury with Juju is going to hurt everybody, but it's going to ultimately hurt USC and the coaches and the team that they have to compete without her, because I know, we take a blow and lose Alexius Horn in the middle of the season or in the postseason. It's hard to recover. It's an emotional blow. You feel for the kid, you feel for the team. It's hard to recover some stuff like that.
VK Jones, it's all yours, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Coach Ayla, how are you? It's good to have you back on the show and everything. And first of all, I commend you on your coaching career. You've done some unbelievable work and everything. And, I wish you the best going to McNeese more than anything else, man. I think you're going to do some great things out there. So I wish you the best. And I really commend you on the years that the work you've done at Southeastern.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it wasn't an easy decision, but one thing that I've told the players and my staff and, even my family, when we saw Southeastern at in the beginning, we've left it so much better than we found it. I hope they continue success. I hope the fan base still is great. I've told everybody I want to beat them 3 times, 2 times in the regular season, and I want them to get to the championship game, and then I want to beat them there. But, I want the program to be successful, no matter who's there, no matter who's at the head, because at the end of the day, I'm from Hammond. I'm born and raised in Hammond. I want this place to be successful. That's why I came here. That's why I poured so much energy into this. And ultimately, that's, it's home. I want home to be great.
Yeah, and it's amazing to know that, and we knew that you was born and raised there in Hammond more than anything else. But how it was with the transition for your family, from going from Hammond, especially for your kids, that you're going to be going from there to Lake Charles, Louisiana. I know it's not going to be easy, school year going, all that stuff, but how it was with the family, especially the children, knowing that, hey, mom's got a new job.
Very, yeah. Yeah, very similar to how it went with my players. Lots of confusion and lots of tears. I have a 12-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Very different ages. Obviously, the 4 and 5-year-old are just like, fun. This is cool. We're going to stay in a hotel for a little while. We're taking trips. The 12-year-old gets it a little bit more, but I've tried to explain to her. She's got friends that are coaches' kids, and it's just the job. It's going to take you places, but we try to look at, different things. All my kids grew up in foster care. They've all been through something hard. Every single one of them. This is nothing for them. They're resilient. They're strong. They're great kids, and I'm excited to get to show them the world, a little bit more than just Hammond. We're going to meet people in Lake Charles that we've never met before. We're going to travel different places that we would have never been. They're going to get to experience, game nights at the Legacy Center, loud and the video board. They're to experience all these things. So I'm going to look at it as a positive for them, and ultimately, a positive for our family.
I can understand, definitely, because I know my daughter went through a lot of transitions herself, going from state to state, and I commend you, adopting the 3 children, having them on your own, having them as your own. That's really awesome. My daughter, I was born in Mississippi, so she was a Mississippi baby before she even came back down here. But at the same time, it's unbelievable what you're doing for them and everything and providing. But the next question I want to ask, McNeese, and I know you frequent with them through conference play all these years, and now you're seeing the progress of McNeese. You're seeing the progress in itself as the university itself and the facilities and all that. Do you think like the resources really kind of attracted you besides the fact of all the other stuff with family and other things to provide?
Yeah, tremendously. Right after value being valued and everything, it was resources, because pay, I'm gonna be honest, money's not an option it's not a thing. This is not a move for more money. I mean, but my staff deserves a little bit more. But everything they have, as far as, walk in cold and hot tubs, a treadmill for recovery. I had 2 kids with hip problems this year. We could have used that, little things as far as nutrition and vitamins and supplements that they offer. Um, Everything from, just game day experience. We should have a hype video at play in before our games. We have great graphics, great people that do stuff. We should have a hype video. We should have a scoreboard with a video board. End of the day, kids want that, and they need that experience, and they need that blessing for them. So, yeah, it was resources. He's a basketball guy. He loves it. He wants to be successful, so he's going to pour resources and money into it.
How do you feel that McNeese right now is really, really going for things in athletics more than anything else? They had a big, big splash with Will Wade on the men's side and everything. I know he moved on to NC State, but he really got that men's program to a level that McNeese has never been. And also, you look at the progress of all the other athletic sports, and now they're looking, hey, we need to get a big splash higher, and they bring you in on anything else. What's your thoughts on how McNeese State is having more of a let's put our chips right in the middle and let the chips fall where they may? What are your thoughts on how McNeese State is really taking risks and trying to become a successful program?
Yeah, I respect it. And as an opponent, I hated it. Right? I hated it. I was frustrated. I'm like, God, like they're everywhere. You always see them in every news. I mean, the manager's making more than me. I mean, it's unreal. But at the same time, sitting in my press conference, this past week, my AD said everybody loves a villain, right? Here I am. And you know me well enough. I don't have a problem being the bad guy. We're gonna be loud. We're gonna be boisterous. We're gonna be cocky. That's just who we are, and that's who we have playing for us. If you watch our games, we're gonna get warned. Our bench is gonna get warned. My player's gonna talk a little trash. We might get a tech. But if you know us, you know who we are. But we love to have a good time. We love to have some fun. And I'm playing in in an arena that is great atmosphere. And I'm working for a guy who will let me be me. And then that's ultimately, what you want. You want to make sure it's the right fit. And McNeese was the right fit for me.
Oh, I know you're gonna miss Hammond a whole lot and everything else. What do you think was possibly your biggest moment at Southeastern, more than anything else? What was maybe one of your biggest moments in your coaching career or anything while you're in Southeastern?
I'm gonna say 2 of them. I'm gonna say the NCAA tournament appearance, winning the first regular season and conference tournament championship. That year was just unreal. 2 years ago was just an unreal. Your regular season, your tournament champions, and your first time NCAA tournament. That's huge. That was an unreal moment for us. And then my next one was I brought LSU to the UC and packed it out. Sold, 7,000 people in the facility, all there just rooting for basketball. I can't tell you what team they were for, but they all had just gold on. That way they were for both teams, and they just loved that game. That's when I really saw my community come out and step up and just show out.
That moment was unbelievable in itself, and I couldn't believe it. I seen the highlights, and I'm like, hey, Coach Ayla did it, man. Coach Ayla and Coach Kim came together, and they really packed the place out, man. I seen some big crowds at university centers. Not too many times you see that, but that was maybe the biggest ever, and that was really really awesome. And for y'all to make that first NCAA appearance, that was really big. And the funny part about that year and everything else, and I think me and you talked about it, Coach, at the time that you were slated to maybe go somewhere else in the NCAA's. That spot was observed for Jackson State, but they lost to Southern in that weekend. It was like,
Yeah.
well, that's our spot now. I was like, wow, because that was like by far maybe the biggest upset in that conference history because the season Jackson State had, they were supposed to have a higher seed into the tournament, and it didn't happen. But it was y'all spot there, and
Yeah.
y'all had a nice showing in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, that was surprising. You know, the way we were having a season this year, you know, we really wanted to make it, but I really wanted to see what kind of seed we were going to get. There were some upsets and, you know, there were some people that were behind us. So I'm like, ooh, could I have gotten a 13? Could I have gotten a 12? Like, I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good about it. But I mean, and that's my goal. My goal is to turn McNeese, which is like a 300 net ranking, to a 98 net ranking, top 100. That's my goal. I got to go out there and play better schools. I got to go out there and win against better schools. So I want to see if I can get our conference a 13 seed, and our conference a 12 seed, and then I'd love to see if I can get us an at-large bid. You know, not Jackson State, James Madison came very close this year but they're still a mid-major. We're trying to break that barrier of Power 5 or Power 4, SEC low level mid-great team, and then a great mid-major. We're trying to make sure it's getting close to even. And sometimes it's stressful, but we work hard, and we know, you know, we truly love this game.
And talking about the season just passed, I mean, what a great year for you in Southeastern. I mean, I could say one thing about the championship in itself. It was, it was really close and everything, but at the same time, looking at the Southland in itself, it was a great all around season on the women's side. I mean, three teams with about 30 wins. That's amazing stuff, and that just shows that this may be one of the best years in the Southland we have seen in a very, very long time.
It is. You know, they call us a gas tank lead. You can get everywhere within a gas tank, right? That's fun for us. We're competitive. We have rivals. You got 5 teams just from Louisiana, and then you get to the Texas teams, and we got road swings and Wednesday games and Thursday games. It's all over the place, but it's fun. Credit to SFA, right? SFA had a great year. Lamar, even, you know, Nichols coming out. They've had some injuries early on. Those types of teams have been beating people in the non-conference. Corpus Christi, UTRGV, they're taking down Power 4 teams. We're making some noise. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where the conference is going to keep growing. And we're finally getting some respect, you know, on our name. But, you know, we've got to keep bringing players in. We've got to keep players here. You know, with the transfer portal, we got to make sure that we show our players some love and appreciation, because at the end of the day, they can come take one, right? They can come take a Jen Pierre from me because they're just offering a little bit more. But, you know, Jen plays for us because she loves us and she appreciates us. And we always talk about the grass isn't always greener. I could have taken a bigger job anytime last few years, but I stay because I appreciate where I'm at, and I appreciate who I work with.
It seemed like you really last question, and we're gonna close it out from there. And we're looking forward soon to hopefully coming to a McNeese game to check y'all out. But how would how more than anything else that you take pride in the state of Louisiana, and it's unbelievable that like you said, you would take a big job, but you chose to go to McNeese, but not just that, but stay in the state of Louisiana to do what you had to do and do what you love. But at the same time, what does this say about the state of Louisiana, period, for women's basketball? Because I know this is a state that continues to thrive each and every time.
We are tough. If you want a blue collar, tough, hard nose, we'll run through a wall for you type of kid, come down here and come get one. You know, our kids down here are different. They're not given everything that you might receive in Texas. They're not out there at those nice AAU facilities. They're in here in this gym with no air conditioning. They know how to grind. And at the end of the day, that's who you want behind you. You want somebody in that hole with you that's going to pop somebody out because they got your back. That's what we have down here. And that's what I recruit, from Houston to New Orleans, that whole interstate, I'm going to get all of them because I don't have to go outside of our region. I've won championships with the Louisiana team. I think I had 2 to 3 players not from Louisiana on our championship team, NCAA tournament team. It's possible. You just have to pour into these kids. You have to give them an opportunity, and you have to love them.
Most definitely, Coach Guzzardo. I want to say congratulations and the best of luck to you at McNeese State. And I will be seeing you. Like I said, I got family out there. I'll be seeing you soon. But congratulations, best of luck, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank y'all.
Definitely.
Thank you, Coach.
That is Coach Guzzardo of McNeese State. And I'm trying to figure out why I got an echo in my headphones all of a sudden.
I hear the echo from here.
Y'all hear it? I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
It might be your sound.
I don't know, man. Let me just try something right quick. Let me try something.
First time I heard an echo.
Yeah, I hear it too, VK.
Mic check 1 2. It's still there. Okay. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to figure it out later. I can't. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we should have Drew Timmons of Archbishop Hannan. You guys are watching the Hash It Out Show.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hahnville Tigers boys basketball team. And
are you in need of a new windshield? Leo Auto Glass can help. For 20 years, Leo Auto Glass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair. Give them a call today, 504-301-8353.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Peppis.
Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504-940-7552.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I am JB the Sports Guy, joined by VK Jones. Please just bear with us. I don't know what happened with the microphone, but I have an echo out of this world, so please bear with us. I do apologize for it. But we're going to go ahead and move on with the show. Our next guest, he is a 2-time state champion in basketball here in Louisiana. He's also the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, and he will be playing his collegiate basketball at Navy. We have the one and only Drew Timmons. Drew, how you doing, buddy?
What's up? I'm good.
Good deal, good deal. Thank you for joining us tonight, Drew. Let's get right into it. Your freshman year, you won state championship. You were also voted as most outstanding player. How does it feel to win a second state championship in your senior year?
It feels twice as good. I mean, like coming in, winning was one thing, but to leave out winning and leave that behind as I'm moving on is even better. So,
most definitely. In the semifinals, y'all had a tough game against Peabody. In the press conference after your win against Peabody, Coach Goff said, "We will be ready for Shaw come Saturday." You guys had already played Shaw twice that year. Shaw had defeated y'all. What was the game plan for Shaw that Saturday afternoon in Lake Charles?
yeah, really the only game plan we had was to kind of control the tempo of the game and just go out there and be us and do what we've always been doing. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we said in the press conference that they're a good team, but so are we. So I mean, we just went out there and played knowing that we could win.
Those were your exact words. You said it. They're a good team, but so are we. Yes, sir. What is it like playing for Coach Golf? Because Coach Golf is a highly respected coach throughout the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. Even he'll tell you that. But I mean, I like it. He's going to push you every day, and he believes in you, and he's going to make sure you're always doing your best, or else he'll hold you accountable for it and tell you something.
What went into your decision to go play for Navy?
Really, the main part was, I mean, you have the combination of playing Division I basketball while also getting one of the best, if not the best, academic spots in the country, and like the benefits you get after school there, and you graduate. I mean, you can't really beat them. So
Before I pass it on to VK, my last question for you is what kind of a player is Navy getting in Drew Timmons?
they're getting a versatile player that can really play the 3 and 4 and guard the 3 and 4. And I mean, I can, like, depending on my matchup, I can just take advantage of whatever I have. If it's someone smaller, I can take them inside, or if it's someone bigger, I can take them from the outside, and someone that can score the ball.
VK?
Drew, man, thank you so much for joining us, man. We definitely appreciate you joining us on the show and everything else. And man, I remember I watched you as a freshman going on to here now. It's been amazing how you have grown in your game and everything and all that stuff, man. It's just been unbelievable to watch what you're doing. But you're also, your family in itself, it's the athlete, it's in the blood in your family more than anything else. Your dad was a really good athlete in itself, originally from the West Bank. If you didn't know that, Jared, his dad was an athlete from the West Bank, and
Wow.
all of a sudden, what I'm saying, had a couple, you know, had Drew, had his older brother a couple years ago that won a state championship with him. Now a younger brother, you know how it is that your dad has really pushed y'all to be the best people y'all can be.
Yeah, well, growing up, I mean, we never went to a trainer or anything. We would just go in the backyard with my dad or go to the gym with my dad. And I mean, he played college basketball, so he knew it was important for us to learn and like what parts of our game we would need to get better at. And I mean, even outside of basketball, like he's always holding us accountable and making sure we're doing the right thing.
This kind of reminds me a little bit, and you might be familiar with this name, Alan Graves. They used to play for Patch Ponchatoula. You should be very familiar. He kind of had a similar type of story where a lot of his family played ball and everything, and he really thrived from that more than anything else. But you know, what's the motivation more than anything else? Like, from your dad to what you're doing right now more than anything? What's your motivation in life?
I'm really just motivated to be better than he was because, I mean, everybody told me growing up, like, your dad was really good and stuff. So, I mean, I've just been trying to be better than he was.
Very much understandable. I know your dad's a real good man. Uh, but it was amazing that you won a state championship with your older brother at the time when you was a freshman, and it was amazing with your brother and Samaje McClendon. And I mean, y'all three really put a number on Liberty that night. I called the game on NFHS, and that was something I'd never forget, because it's like I knew the game was gonna be competitive. I didn't expect Hannon to do what they did, but what was your thoughts on winning that state title freshman year, especially with your older brother?
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought we were going to win that game outside of us. I don't even know if our parents thought we were going to win. But, I mean, being with my older brother, I always played up and played with him growing up. So, I mean, to be able to win on the highest level in the state meant a lot to both of us.
And it seemed like you had something to prove that night as a freshman. 31 points, and I mean, you know, did you thought that night? It's like, hey, I really, I knew what my brother can do. I knew what Samarji can do. It's like, man, I really gotta really step it up to really try to get my team the title. It seemed like it was something to prove that night, right?
Yeah, we all knew we had to step up. I mean, we're on the biggest stage. We knew there was going to be people watching, especially like college coaches or whatever, just because it's the championship game. So I mean, we were prepared to play, and I mean, we just had to be at our best.
Completely understand on that one. And now you look at all the other years. I know you went through a lot sophomore year and junior year, and right there in the thick of things. But senior year, you team up with AJ Thompson, and also you have a couple good teammates. But then your younger brother, who's coming up. What were your thoughts, especially winning it with those guys, and then on top of that, with little brother this time? You come to Hannan winning with the older brother, and you get one with the baby brother.
Yeah, me and the two seniors on our team, Zach Loro and AJ Thompson, have been playing together since we were in like fifth, sixth grade. So, I mean, the chemistry's there with us three. And then my little brother, I really never played with him until he got to Hannan. So it was different, but I mean, he's been there for 2 years. And I mean, I feel like he even stepped up. He played a good bit of minutes in the championship game and came in and he knows his role. So
Hopefully, he's the next great Timmons out of y'all three, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got really good potential right there. Coming from from your dad, which is from the West Bank, and with y'all in the North Shore, but being in Hannan that long, and have you ever learned about I know you probably learned a lot about the history of Archbishop Hannan and how they had to overcome so much to be where they are right now, especially back in the day when your dad was in the West Bank. Archbishop Hannan was located in Chalmette, and Hurricane Katrina kind of took it out. They bought back Hannan, but they had to put it in another location. So, did you learn anything about the history of Archbishop Hannan?
yeah, I mean, I would have never known that it used to be in Chalmette if I didn't go there. But I mean, after Katrina, it got relocated, and I mean, it used to be a pretty big school, but after that, I mean, there's still not that many kids there, maybe 700. So, I mean, we don't have that many boys, and we definitely weren't known for being a good basketball team before I got there. And I mean, it just feels good to kind of build up a program.
And athletics has been really, really well since they have opened it up out there in Covington. And I mean, the football team has made it a state championship game. Girls basketball has made it deep, and the ball and baseball, softball, whatever sport. I mean, I can say the biggest blessing for Hannan, and I always knew about this even before they relocated. It was one of the few co-ed private schools. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's really cool. But people like myself and JB, we were not fortunate on that one. We it's something else. About a couple years after I graduated from St. Augustine, and something else 2 years later, I find out De La Salle, who was forming the All Boys, became co-ed. So that was crazy in itself. But gotta ask you this last question before we close it out here. What does Coach Errol Golf mean to you and to the Hannan program?
I mean, he means a lot to me, not even just because of basketball, like things he's taught me about life and just how to grow up and be a man. Like he instills discipline and lessons in you through practice that you don't even realize you're picking up. And I think the school should realize that and realize, like, I mean, he's winning in basketball too, but even outside of basketball, he's really helping everybody grow up and learn stuff that they need to learn to be a better person.
And I wanted to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jared. Just got. We probably didn't ask this, but I got to ask you. What were your thoughts of you being chosen as the Gatorade Louisiana Player of the Year? What were your thoughts on you getting that award, especially over a great player in Malik Robinson out of Liberty?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I think everybody works for that, to be named it or to be receiving the most prestigious award you can get as a basketball player in Louisiana. So I mean, it's just satisfying to know that your work pays off and you have stuff to show for it.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Drew Timmons, you definitely deserve it, my friend. I want to say congratulations on your high school career, your state championships, every accolade you achieved. Congratulations. And I want to wish you, on behalf of myself and VK, we want to wish you the best of luck moving forward as you go play for Navy. Thank you.
Thank you.
One and only Drew Timmons, ladies and gentlemen, from Archbishop Hannan. And just bear with me with this echo because I don't know what happened. All I can tell you is this, VK. When Coach Ayla was talking with George, the sound went out, it came back, and then I started talking. I hit an echo. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah,
just bear with me.
and you good, and I apologize to just try to because I that question
It's
slipped
important. You good?
because I was like, we gotta ask him about to
I'm
get the
glad. Yeah.
player of the year. Because I'm like, wait a minute now. We can't go without an interview to ask him what he thought about getting that award. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? But I was really, you know, I was a little surprised, but well deserved for Timmons because
It is.
I really thought that Malik Robinson was going to probably get the award. But for Timmons, the way he finished his career, it's well deserved for him to get that Gatorade Louisiana Player of the Year, or what did you say, Louisiana Gatorade
Louisiana's Gatorade Player of the
Player
Year.
of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah, well deserved. Um, two people that I will always remember. Drew Timmons is one for Hannon and Ryan Martin for Jesuit is the other. I will never forget those two. Ever. Never
Ryan
ever. Two
Ryan Ryan Martin, and that right there was like one of
that
the
was
most
Steph Curry like. It
that
was
was
Steph
like
Curry like.
one of the most unexpected performances you'll ever see in a game was Ryan Martin, and he was coming off the bench most of the year. He starts
That's
and he just kills everything because the main two people was Michael Vonado
I don't know.
and I think it was what was the other guard, the little point guard.
I don't know. I
I
don't remember
think
his name. I remember Ryan Martin from freshman year. We knew Ryan Martin from freshman year. We
Ryan
just
Martin
we knew
just
about Ryan Martin, man. And when I say Drew Timmons and Ryan Martin, I will never forget. Yeah, they put the dagger in my school.
yeah,
Archbishop Shaw in the finals. Put
and
the
and I, and
dagger.
and I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for you because it's just the fact with
I,
Drew.
they did what they supposed to do. Ain't no
Yeah.
apologies.
Oh
That's
no.
what they supposed to do. Drew and Ryan Martin, they did what they had to do to bring a championship to their school and their community. Ain't
And
no apologies.
and
They did what they supposed to do.
and
And my
Drew,
hats go off to them. It is what it is.
right. And for Timmons, it just didn't surprise me how he performed, especially at the end of the game. It's just the fact of the matter is I seen this. I seen this. And it's like I'm like what he did freshman year to now, it's like what he did freshman year is probably one of the best uh performances in a state tournament I have ever seen. There are
Hmm.
very few ones that I go with is one of the best I ever. That's one of them. His freshman year. This one he had a good performance. Freshman year, what he did was absolutely criminal.
Yeah.
So, but hey, regardless of the fact, man, yeah, that. But you just hope that Shaw when they got that lead. I was hoping for you that hey, they just got to finish them off
Yeah.
and credit hand. And I mean, they came out with the knockout punch and everything else. But
Oh yeah.
regardless of the fact, I think I wish him luck, and especially for him and Navy, and for him to also serve our country as well.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah,
You hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, echo gone. It's gone. You can hear me though.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you. You
Can
must.
you hear me now? Can you hear me again?
Yeah,
You still hear me?
I think this. Yeah, I can still hear you. I think the spirit of Archbishop Hannon just gave you a little blessing. Yeah, just
Just
like
don't hear nothing in my
you
mic.
know what. No, they're saying we love you. We love you, Jared. We love you.
You hear me?
We'll bless you. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, my mic is out, so you hear me? No, Mike,
I still hear you.
Mike,
Oh, the mic is. Oh,
Mike. The mic is out. Mic is out. Okay, the mic is out. But okay, it's going crazy here, ladies and gentlemen. Um, but with that being said, man, yeah, they did what they're supposed to do. Ain't no hard feelings. Trust me, they did it. My hats go off to him. Drew had a great career, man. He's a great player, strong, physical, get to the hole, man. I like his game a lot, and I wish him the best of luck moving forward at Navy. Let's talk about Coach Ayla right quick.
yes.
And I love me some Coach Ayla, man. I really like her a lot, and I'm wishing her the best at McNeese. And I really want her to do well over there, and do well and get this team to a tournament, and even maybe to the NCAA tournament one time.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
I think she's gonna do great. I kind of like what McNeese is doing. McNeese is, I think the administration as they're now and the stuff they've been doing with the facility, the athletic facilities and stuff like that, with the new legacy center, with the baseball stadium, softball, and then they kind of redid the football stadium a bit and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
right.
I think it might be done. I think the work is done because they had to do all that stuff through the off season and all that. So it's a lot of work they've done over at McNeese, but this administration feel like, hey, we got to go for this. And I
Yeah,
like what they have done, especially bringing in a big name like Will Wade, and you see what the men's team has done, and now he's gone and he did what he did. I'm hoping that they make the same great move on the men's side. I'll tell you who they need to get in 1 second, but on the women's side, they got a big splash with Ayla Guzzardo, and that's big. And you look at everything that they have, and the biggest factor she said, and I like what she said, and I'm glad she agreed. The big factor, what got her the job, was the resources.
yeah.
What McNeese has is a little bit more than what Southeastern had. Not knocking what the Southeastern, they do their best with what they
Oh
have
no, she
and
said
all
it
that stuff.
herself.
Man, but that's big because when anytime you say legacy center, but then on top of that, other things dealing with athletics like cold tubs, this kind of stuff, nutrition, that's a huge part, man. So that's really big. So that's a big factor. But on the men's side of things, I'm hoping that McNeese makes another big splash. And I think the person they need to go for is Larry Cordero. I think it's time for Larry Cordero to come back home to the state of Louisiana. He's done a great job at Troy. And I think he's got the D1 experience now as a coach. So I think it's time for him to come back to the state. And I think they get Cordero. I think McNeese, I think they're going to maintain what Will Wade has started.
I'm with you. My mic's not working, but I'm speaking loud so everybody can hear me. I'm with you. I will go Cordero. I think that's a good choice. I was even thinking about maybe giving Hollis Price a shot.
I would too. That was the next name I was thinking. I was next name I was thinking Hollis Price, or maybe giving what's his name a shot out of LSU.
Your boy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
indeed.
he did done some yeoman's work with that program since he took over.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, only time will tell, but man, I'm wishing Coach Guzzardo the best of luck. And
yeah,
when
looking
we
forward
go,
to
let them know we coming, man, and hopefully we get some media
absolutely.
passes.
I'm like this, man. I'll make sure I pass you her contacts, and at the same time, we gonna make that happen. I don't care what, because I'm like
We saw her last year for Southeastern.
we did, and we're coming to McNeese. We're coming to McNeese.
That's it.
We coming to McNeese, and I want some of your family cooking. So
I
that's
bet you do. You always want to eat, huh?
come on, man. I just want to try. I just want to try your family cooking and meet your family. You
Mhm.
know, I really do because I know your family is nice. It's a great family in itself. The Boyds and the
Ain't
the
no Boyd
boys
type thing. Like, this ain't the Boyd family. You talking about Boyd family? It's in St. Charles Parish. Ain't no Boyd family in Lake
What
Charles.
what family is on that side of the family, on your mother's side?
I ain't just my mama's side of the family. I ain't saying
Your
no
mother.
dad's name.
No,
I'm not
that's
name
fine.
of the people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your mother's side of the family.
Yeah, they out there.
I would like to meet those people. I just knew one person that was on that side, which is no longer, which she's no longer here. But at the same time, I do want to meet them, and I do want to taste some of those.
What you doing that side?
Um,
Oh, Uncle Vincent. Vincent. Yeah. Vincent. You knew Vincent. That's right. Uncle Vincent.
yeah,
God rest his soul. Yep. Exactly.
yep. So pretty much, I want to definitely meet the people, and like I said, you keep talking about the cooking. I won't try it out and be like, hey, how good,
Hey,
you know.
I always say 337 cooking is better than 504. They might get mad with me. People get mad with me, but hey, it's the
It
truth.
don't matter. It don't matter to me, man.
We know.
I've been.
Like to eat.
Let me check.
You just said no matter.
I do like to eat, but at the same time, I'm more selective in eating because I'm trying to stay healthy.
There you go.
So that's just what it is.
There
But
you go.
I've been to other places outside of New Orleans. New Orleans will always be what it is. But going to a lot of these small towns around Louisiana, Mississippi, I'm just curious what the cuisine is because somebody kind of put their foot or whatever in whatever they're cooking, and the stuff tastes so freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's home cooked. So
Yeah.
that's just me, man. I'm like when we go to Hineville, when we go to these places, I'm like, hey, what if they cooking? I'm like, hey, you want something? Like, yeah, what you got? I'll see what you got, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's good.
I ain't gonna say
Maybe we might have to start a hash it out show cooking channel or a hash it out show food tasting channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's a one
and you be the main
conglomerate growing
judge,
up.
right? You the main judge?
Me and you could be the judge.
No, I said you, bro.
No, you. Come
Why I
on,
gotta
bro.
do? Why I gotta be the judge?
Man, come on. These people like Mr. Chime Time and what's that dude named Keith Lee? Come on, man. They're blowing up, bro. We could be good as them.
Oh man, yes indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna end it for tonight. We'll be back Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, bringing more sports here on the Hash It Out Show. We want to thank Coach Ayla Guzzardo for joining us tonight. We want to thank the one and only Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, Drew Timmons, for joining us. George Peppers had joined us earlier. He had to leave for 8:00. So I want to thank him. Last words, VK.
I bet you Coach Ayla can cook.
Huh?
I bet your money Coach Ayla might can cook.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She is from Hammond,
I
so
wouldn't put it past her.
yeah. So, but it was a good show tonight, man. It's good to have Coach Ayla, great friend of the show, on our airwaves again. We'll definitely have on again one more time. Drew Timmons, is good to have him on there. We'll continue to grow and grow, man. We're starting to be the hub of Louisiana sports, man. You know what I'm saying? We're getting the names, the hot names from LSU, from McNeese, everywhere, bro. They're coming to us, baby. That's what it's all about. We're taking over the state. That's what it's about.
And with that being said,
He said, I don't know about taking over the state. Come on, man. That's what the Hash It Out Show is.
take some time. We getting there.
Yes, sir.
With George Peppers for VK Jones, I am JB, the sports guy. We'll see you all next week. Make sure you're back here, tuned in with us right here on the Hash It Out Show.
Green Law Firm is a full-service law firm specializing in personal injury, criminal law, successions, and family law. With over 25 years of experience, the Green Law Firm continues to provide efficient, competitive, and effective representation to clients throughout the state of Louisiana and all across the nation. Consultations are free. If you're looking for results, call the Green Law Firm at 504-328-3990. That's 504-328-3990, located at 931 Westwood Drive, Suite B in Marrero, Louisiana. The Green Law Firm.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
I'm Shayla.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out show. Please like,